G'day YouTubers, and thank you for tuning in to my YouTube channel, and we're going to be doing another double toy review in August as part of my VLOGUST 2021 series. Hooray! I actually forgot to make a VLOGUST 2020 playlist. But yes, because we're in 2021, it's going to be totally different. And you know what, I'm pretty much the guy who has setting up the same, well, high-speed train, well, obviously in blue and white, but in a very different layout. And I have to say, because summertime is pretty much, well, still there, even though the weather is pretty much, well, normal, we're going to be doing 2 British Wildlife Collection flip-flop origami toys. Sorry, I've got itches around me though, but, crikey, I'm actually feeling quite embarrassed of myself that, you know, with all these itches right behind me now, I just keep on scratching them. Maybe it's best not to, do anything with that though, but, yeah, let's just get started, shall we though? Okay, our first product we're going to be taking a look at is a flip-flop origami British Wildlife Collection Flapping Birds. Yes, it is a Flapping Birds product, as you can tell. It's a common Eurasian Magpies versus Gold Chicken Nuggets 12-pack. It costs about £10.99 or £11 as I would call it, eh? And there's the back of the packaging. You know this, you're saying, and the reason why I've chose 6 magpies amongst 6 fake chicken nuggets is because there's 1 for sorrow, 2 for joy, 3 for a girl, 4 for a boy, 5 for silver, 6 for gold, and 7 for a secret that should never be told. Makes sense, doesn't it, eh? For a nursery rhyme, I would say, eh? But yes, it does. And look at that, I can see a picture of a very, oh look at that, he's staring into your souls. I'm gonna eat that chicken nugget first, and then I'll eat you guys! Oh yes, don't forget the coronavirus next to it as well. He's pretty much gonna get tested positive. Well, obviously. I have covered flip-flop magpies before though, the flip-flop origami Flapping Bird magpie toys before, eh? But there's something which I think is a little bit, you know, on the toy finishing, I suppose, and the detailings and whatnot though. But first of all, we've got 6 chicken nuggets. They look like pears, but they're pretty much chicken nuggets. They look like something out of bird eyes. Chicken nuggets though. I would prefer them if they were pretty much made after, or designed after, you know. And it's like the packaging as well, the illustrations and whatnot though. You know, I would prefer if the models were a lot more like chicken McNuggets. But nevertheless, I've gone for those because they look like the ones you buy from Bird's Eye. Crikey, or rather, it does. It also has that pear aesthetic with that design, eh? It looks quite spectacular, I suppose. It also reminds me of the, what's that cute company in Malaysia? Petronas, I suppose, eh? And you also got this here as well. And it looks quite interesting, so that's a very weird design for a chicken nugget. Man, oh man. And the gold as well. What do you think? Oh, yes. Well, obviously that's the 6th chicken nugget. It was pretty much surrounded by the 6 magpies. So that's 6 for a gold. Range of 6 chicken nuggets. Hence the name, obviously, eh? Or hence the nursery rhyme lyrics pretty much, well, tells us obviously, eh? Anyways, let's take a look at one of the magpies here first. Looks pretty much very similar. But what's even more different is that compared to the other magpies I did before, instead of felt tips, we've also got blue crayon detailings. And what's actually a bit sloppy is that there's a bit of overpainting. As you can see, there's a bit of sloppiness now. I'm not sure if you can actually see it there, but there's a bit of black right next to the wings there. And there's the other side here. There's a bit of sloppiness going on here. I tried to get rid of these, but I failed. So that's a bummer, eh? You know, it's pretty much very common now, I suppose, with a bit of overspraying, bit of overpaint spraying there, as you can probably see from that side there. I can see a bit of green, a hint of green. Yeah, you can see it. It's a bit of, that's a pretty common error for that one, I suppose, eh? It's pretty much due to my fingers and the way I use my felt tip pen to detail my toys. There you go, I can see the error though. Can you see that little tiny error though? A bit of overpainting though from the felt tip marker pens. I don't know why I'm saying the word overpainting, but I have to say the word overspraying, as I can see going on, eh? There's a little bit of deterioration on the head though, should have been more fully black. The beak is a bit bent though. Maybe what I should do is try and give this one a bit more, well, a lot more black into it though. I'm just going to use a pen. Will that work? Could this work? Yeah. It's a much more darker jet black shade, but I think this will help. Nevertheless. And you know, I think those magpie toys, they don't look too bad. But there is one magpie here, which, you know, apart from the fact there's a bit of, yes, there's not much. If I can spread the wings out this way, I'm not sure if you can see, there's a little bit of overspraying. Well, not much going on here. I can see just a bit here. Therefore, can you see it there? It's quite a bit hard though. There you go, you can see it there, right on that wing section there. There's a bit of a black line right behind the blue. And there's also a bit of sloppiness as well. Apart from the fact that all of these birds have got names, there's actually one common area here. You can see there's a bit of, yeah, there's a bit of, look at that. See, there's a bit of spraying here. It's a bit of a very weird mistake, that one. It's, you know, that's pretty much, that's the sort of thing, that's the kind of thing, you know, whenever you have mistakes and stuff like that, even, you know, in human life, you've got to understand that, that whenever you make a mistake, well, it's pretty much the part where you first get into hot water, I'm just saying as an idiom though, and then you just have to pretty much learn your way through, I suppose. It's like working out through a maze or a puzzle, like, you know, a jigsaw puzzle. There you go, there's a bit of overspraying here as well. Maybe I should have just taken a bit more time, I suppose. It didn't really turn out that well. And also this problem exhibits again, you can see I think most of the magpies tend to have a bit of black ink overspraying on that section, as you can see going on there. But you know what, it's pretty much what it is. And if I go to the other side, as this magpie is flying just now, there's a bit of, I'm not sure if you can see, there's a bit of green on this magpie here, if I can show it to you. I think there was a bit of green, there was a hint of green, but I just couldn't see it well though. Noticing I must have been using my fingers and stuff there, but here's this one there. Doesn't look that bad, apart from the fact there's a bit of black there, so I would call this as a minority problem. But nevertheless, it is still quite a nice toy. Lovely flapping, clicking sounds as it flies along the way. Sometimes the forehead isn't perfectly detailed like this one here. I'm going to use a black pen there. I'm going to try and come in and how do you say, replenish this. A bit of black. It's not the most perfect black, but I think it certainly works. Yes, this one here is a bit of there's a little tiny black speck over there. And I suppose, I think there's quite a lot of magpies which have other problems as well. A bit there on the sides right there. See over there, there's a bit of black there and black over here as well. You know, sometimes it can be the real common problem as well though. You know, I keep on looking at every kind of wear. This one here, I believe that one there, if you look closely, there's actually a little tiny black speck on its wing there. It's like the remnants of the overspraying, as you can see going on there. If I go a bit closer here, you see where my fingertip is? There you go, you can see a little black dot or black spot on where the mistake happened. And I don't know about you, but I'm just going to show you the train set there, like so. I've got itchies on my face there. I've got a funny feeling, wow, you know what, I think that's pretty much about it there. I love the eyes as well. The eyes are pretty much good. Well, they're very good obviously, though I should have flapped them more. Because if the other people say, oh, but Abby, if you didn't flap them more, we're just pretty much going to unsubscribe. Because, you know, whenever we unsubscribe to you, your channel is going to crash. But nevertheless, I have to say these magpies look pretty much colourful as you might expect in reality though, because You may think they're just black and white birds, but in reality it's the blue and the green plumage, I suppose, eh? It's a lot more iridescent, the colours though. Well, obviously, it is what it is. It's pretty much true. Blue, green, and black. I have to say, that's pretty much the real true colours of a Eurasian magpie. Believe me or not, that's how I can tell. Also, as a bit of trivia for you, these guys are a lot more passive, and because they're corvids, I believe they're a lot more passive compared to the unrelated Australian magpies. You know, the ones that kind of, you know, they kind of dive bomb at you there like every September to November. That's going to confuse people from around the world because, well, Australia's pretty much on the opposite side and it's winter down there while we have our summer. But our summer is basically rain. But anyways, let's move on to something a lot more important than magpies, because we all know magpies pretty much chatter and, you know, rattle when they're pretty much, you know, agitated or anxious, I suppose. We've got a flipped up Origami British Royal Collection short-haired Bumblebee nest, huh? I thought they said hives though, and colony box 12-pack. Now, I'll definitely say that the word nest makes sense since Bumblebee is actually, a lot of people say the word Bumblebee nest, as they will refer to as what these guys pretty much make though. But the name nest is also pretty much a nickname for, well, it's pretty much the alternative name for hive. If I show you the back of the packaging now, that's what they look like. You get a drone bee, you also get some worker bees. I suppose that, you know, whenever I'm talking of bees though, that's what it is. I suppose the terminology of the word hive is pretty much a layperson's name. Like, if you know, it's like it's not really something that, you know, an entomologist would pretty much use. I think the word nest, if you're going to be referring to beehives as nests, that's pretty much an entomological kind of term. It's a little bit like when, you know, the layperson uses the word seagull. You know, whenever the bird is not a gull, you know, the word seagull or the name seagull is pretty much a layperson's term, and it can actually refer to any other bird in the sea, like, you know, terns, skewers, albatrosses, petrels, and shearwaters, and, you know, other birds and stuff like that, eh? But anyways, we're not talking of birds, apart from the fact we were just looking at the magpie. We just had a look at the magpie toy, obviously, though. We're going to be taking a look at bees! Bees! I should have done that in the first place, eh? In the very first place, I should have done it a lot more dramatically, though. And look at this, there's that reading here. It says, all are not real insects, but origami models! Hooray! And they're pretty much based on the recently reintroduced short-haired Bumblebee. And I've got a funny feeling these guys used to be extinct, but I'd definitely say that these guys were reintroduced from Sweden. And, well, obviously, the numbers of short-haired bumblebees, they're pretty much increasing now. Oh my goodness me, that is an ultimate bee mania, I suppose, eh? Oh my god. Looks like those bees have got the bee's knees today. Looks like they're on a boat though. And I definitely say, whenever I've got the bee's knees, I'm pretty sure it really means to me that the meaning of having the bee's knees is pretty much something that I could literally admire to as being a lot more useful than ever. Mind you, these boxes, they look quite nice, eh? I have to say, it came with some bees inside. Let's see if there's any more bees. Apart from the fact it says, you know, 7 workers and 2 drones. So we've got 9 small bees, 1 queen bee, and a couple of box units as beehives. Yes, also on the back of the packaging, it says, well, 2 box units as Bumblebee nests instead of hives. Though nests are pretty much, I think the word hives instead of hives, that's quite weird, eh? I don't know what I'm saying there, though. Let me just take a look at the back of the packaging now. Nests are still called beehives. For all bee species applied, so it's the terminology confusion and delay that we've got there at the moment, though. But oh well, it really does. It doesn't matter, though. Anyways, oh wow, look at that box. In fact, if I grab the other box units here, these two have actually got a nice colour combination of yellow and brown. Almost looks like ochre brown if you ask me, though. A very weird colour, I suppose, eh? And it looks quite nice. It actually gives it, you know, the whole, you know, bee hive shape, or nest, I suppose. If I was going to be an entomologist, oh, goodness me, the word entomologist is pretty much hard. It's just as hard as saying the word ornithology, or ornithologist, as what I'm a kind of person would pretty much look at. And you can store your bees inside there. First off, we're going to be taking a look at the queen bee first. No licensing info underneath this toy, which is a bit disappointing, but I love the leg detailings though, being pretty much coloured in like so. Love the wings as well. And it's also got a nice stinger, and I love the patterns of stripes in the abdomen area there as well. It looks so beautiful. It looks like a real bumblebee. You know, it also reminds me of that Transformers toy. You know, the Bumblebee robot figure that I did there. That's what's giving it some message, eh? Lovely little legs. Lovely colours, I suppose, eh? And if you look closely, because it's a queen bee, she's got eyelashes. How beautiful is that? And, yes. I suppose, you know, without bees, well, our world wouldn't be safe without them. Because I know, you know, you might be thinking, oh, but having bees stingers. Well, it's not only when they're pretty much agitated or when you handle them in a very rough way. There you go. We've got a couple of these drone bees. What's quite strange is that these guys have stingers, but in reality, male bees or drones don't actually have stingers. And the facial design looks pretty much different to that of a queen or worker. And, you know, both the queen and the worker look pretty much almost similar. Definitely say workers are pretty much the smaller versions of bumblebee queens, I suppose, eh? Look at that. Black and yellow. How cool is that one, eh? Lovely little detailings as well. In fact, all of the bees have got white undersides, which is just quite unusually weird. But let's take a look at the worker bees, because obviously they look quite different. They look almost similar to the queen bumblebee though, but only just a tad small. They've got stingers at the back, obviously, I suppose. And man oh man, we're getting quite a lot of workers. In fact, I might handle all of these fake bees, I suppose. And just to let you know, guys, you know, a lot of bee species are pretty much they're pretty much threatened by us, because we humans must have been a little too reckless at pretty much clearing the bees' habitat for something else. And not only that, but I think because of climate change, a third of the world's bee species are pretty much threatened by extinction now, I suppose, eh? Oh my goodness me, look at that! It's a huge assortment of only just 7 worker bees. And also worker bees are female, just like the queen. But anyways, let's just do a very, very good test and see how, you know, on how I can actually fit. Let's fit in the queen bee first. I'm just gonna pretty much fit all the bees inside. Let's see if this will be perfect there. Let's put the workers. Oh, sorry, drones. And actually, I'll put the drones next. And we'll go ahead and load the workers. Oh my god, this doesn't look perfect though, but nevertheless, I think that will do it. Oh my goodness me, I didn't... Oh no, the bee's just taking a fly! Or taking a bit of a buzz. Bit of a dive buzz. Obviously, eh? And look at that! Oh my god, it's like the worst bumblebee hive nest, whatever it's called, thing ever there. And one of the... once again, it's just buzz dived again there. And then I'm gonna fit this here. This could be one of the greatest toy videos I've ever done for VLOGUST 2021. And also, speaking of VLOGUST, I forgot to do, like, you know, a playlist for 2020. But anyways, because we're in 2021, I hope this August will be as great and different at the same time. Come on. Oh well. I'm just pretty much fitting this whole box together, and it's flipping out. I have to say, the box pretty much plays up with all these bees inside there. Let's see if that will work. And you know what, this box is just so humongously weird, I suppose. Therefore, you know, with all the bees inside, I don't think that's going to be a very, very perfect spot to be so. Sorry for the pun, but I'm doing my best. You know what, the end is not nigh. Let's see if I can get... God. I suppose the other bees are pretty much taking over a bit of space for the queen bee as much as the workers and the drones are, I'm pretty sure. Okay, so all the bees are pretty much taking over this box, which over is a bit too big. And you know what? Let's see how this one goes. Alright, well, it's not really the perfect fit though, but you know what? There you go. Just a hive of bees, and if you look closely inside, you may start to see it quite visibly though, if you're lucky or not though. When you open them, oh, bees flying out! Well, not all of them except for the queen. Looks like he's about to, or she's about to. Well, I think that's about it in this Flip Out Toy Review. Okay, so, well, I have to say, that was quite a toy view. Well, if you really have pretty much enjoyed this video, please smash and give this video a like though, and subscribe for more YouTube videos. If you've been pretty much, well, enjoying so much though. And as always, yes, before I can actually say the true quote though in this video though, yes, we all know we've got the blue high-speed train running along in a very different train set that looks like a racetrack. But nevertheless, it's pretty much what it is. Looks quite good, I suppose, eh? Having fast, high-speed trains. It's got a new AA battery in it though, which is quite nice. And it's running quite well. And also, it's not playing up, which is also nice to hear. Anyways, I think that's about it. Hope you really enjoyed this video though. And as always, thank you so much for watching. And goodbye for now. Sorry for the blurry ending. Couldn't help myself. Yet again. A little bit more clear again. Bye.